Tidbits from TNT, Tuesday, December 24, 2024. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Nassif. Government reforms contributed to Iraq's exit from foreign debt risks. MP Alia Nassif confirmed on Monday that the current government has achieved important economic reforms, most notably Iraq's exit from the dangers of foreign debt. One of the most important economic reforms of the current government is to free Iraq from the risks of foreign debt after paying most of it off over the past 2 years. Nassif said in a statement reported by the official news agency and seen by Al-Iqtisad News. "Our economy has become more secure and not shackled by debt," she added. Expressing her hope to move in the coming period from a rentier economy to a productive economy through an agricultural industrial revolution. Tishwash. What are Iraqis waiting for after the news of the sudden suspension of the dollar selling platform by the central bank? Financial and banking expert Alaa Al-Fadl commented today, Tuesday, December 24, 2024, on the impact of the central bank's suspension of the platform on the markets during the next stage. Al-Fadl told Baghdad Today, the Central Bank of Iraq worked during the previous period with a plan through a currency auction in the first phase. Then establishing the electronic platform and intensive work to find correspondence methods between local banks and foreign banks with which we have commercial relations and their results in external transfers. Therefore, the bank announced some time ago that the platform will be stopped at the end of this year and there will be direct correspondent banks. He explained that, "This is a natural matter, as all central banks in the world are tasked with maintaining monetary policy, not selling currency. There is no central bank in the world that sells currency and mediates in buying and selling currency. This work is the responsibility of banks and exchange companies. This is true and is a major challenge until the relations are direct commercial banking under the supervision of the Central Bank of Iraq." He added, "Stopping the platform will not affect the local markets in terms of the dollar exchange rate, but there are those who are trying to spread rumors that this step will change the exchange rate. As the same dollar that the Central Bank of Iraq was selling through the platform will be sold to banks and banks that have relations with foreign banks so that the transfer is direct according to electronic transactions and monitoring, and for this reason the situation is under control and there is no fear of the impact on the markets." Yesterday, Monday, economic expert Ziad al-Hashami revealed that the Central Bank of Iraq had suddenly suspended the dollar transfer platform before the scheduled date, without an official announcement. And without taking into account the interests of Iraqi companies and markets, in a move that is, to say the least, far from professionalism and transparency. Al-Hashami said in a post on the social networking site, Facebook, which was followed by Baghdad Today, that stopping the platform without an official announcement by the central bank may indicate that there is uncertainty and fear of the consequences of stopping the platform on the dollar exchange rates. And the lack of announcement may give the central bank an opportunity to evade the decision to stop the platform and return to operating the platform, even temporarily, in the event that the dollar begins to rise to high rates. Tishwash. Dollar auction. What is the truth about stopping the central bank's platform for currency conversion? A responsible source in the Central Bank of Iraq revealed, on Monday evening, the truth about stopping the central bank's platform for currency transfer starting today. The source told Shafaq news agency, the talk about the official suspension of the central bank's platform for the currency transfer window, on today's date December 23, 2024, is incorrect. Today, the auction worked normally and there is no official decision to suspend it so far. The source, who requested anonymity, added, "This platform will be stopped at the end of this year, according to what the bank officially announced. This does not mean stopping transfer operations, as some are trying to promote. However, after this step, there will be direct dealings between banks and correspondent banks. And not canceling transfer operations, as is being promoted. The issue is not limited to specific banks, but rather the process will be much broader." The responsible source in the central bank stated that many Iraqi banks have the capabilities to deal directly with correspondent banks and operate in accordance with the work of advanced global banking sectors. Tishwash. Al-Sudani is considering inviting American companies to work in the port of Fao. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani discussed, today, Monday, with the Ministers of Oil and Electricity, in addition to specialized advisors and a number of under-secretaries in the two ministries, extending an invitation to specialized American companies to establish a fixed gas platform in the Grand Fao port. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani chairs a meeting on energy projects. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani chaired a meeting today, Monday, on oil and electricity sector projects. In the presence of the Ministers of Oil and Electricity, in addition to specialized advisors and a number of under-secretaries in the two ministries. During the meeting, the gas projects that are being implemented within the government program were discussed, as well as the timetable set for their completion. Especially since there is an increase in the levels of stopping the burning of associated gas, as the percentage currently stands at 67%. And it is hoped to reach 80% by the end of next year, leading to a complete cessation of burning by the end of 2027. During the meeting, the invitation to specialized American companies to establish a fixed gas platform in the Grand Fao port was also discussed. The meeting discussed inviting international energy companies to invest in natural gas fields, in addition to discussing the plan to supply fuel to power plants at the present time and for the coming months. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.